Boom. What's up, guys? Hope you're doing all right. Welcome to the JChains Crypto Show. That means it's 4 p.m. Eastern. Today's Monday, October 21st. Man, I'll tell you what, I can't believe we are 3 weeks into October already. Man, 10 days until we get to Halloween. I hope you got your Halloween costumes picked out. I don't know what we're going to be. I don't know what I'm going to be. My daughter's going to be Elsa. She was Elsa for the last week. She's going to be Elsa for the next week. Yeah, there we go, baby. I'll put this baby on. Why not, right? Let's get this thing up here. Show this thing off. I love it. Thank you for noticing. Thank you for noticing there, Mike. Guys, go ahead, smash the like, hit the heart, do the things that you got to do to make sure we get some more people in here. If you are watching on X, you can also repost the video, and then, we'll get some more friends in here. The whole idea of today, we're going to get through some news. We're going to do a little bit of some house cleaning here in the beginning, and then we'll go through some news, get through some headlines, see what's happening in the world of Web3 and crypto blockchain, and then we'll get into some numbers, see what's going on in the markets, take a look at some of our favorite meme coins. You guys can always just drop some in the chat if you'd like. We'll take a look at those either on Dex Tools, or we can look on TradingView, whatever floats your boat. Just smash the like, hit the heart, do the things, and we will get rolling, baby. Feels good to be back. I am going to be back here in the office now for a little while, which I'm really excited about. Got to get a lot done. This is a very, very big time in our industry, especially leading up to the parabolic phase. So definitely, let's go. Is that a WWF wrestling belt? No, Greg, it is not. It is a Web3 Breakfast Award. I won this. This is from one of the influencer awards. It's the Huddle Award. So it's got the Web3 Breakfast logo on it. I should probably start wearing that thing out at conferences. That may be fun. People might think I'm weird, but it'll play along with the whole MMA thing. So hopefully, the whole karate combat thing, we'll get that thing squared away, and we'll do another fight early next year. Kind of like an idea. February is what I'm looking at right now, but we'll see. We'll see how it all goes. But go ahead. Let's get into this. Let's look at some of our news that I've got pulled up here. Let's bring it on up. Here we go. I laughed when I saw this headline, to be perfectly honest with you. A useless piece of paper. What? Minneapolis. Bitcoin labeled a useless piece of paper as the Fed Bank of Minneapolis cites its lack of intrinsic value. I would wonder who this person is that put this in a report, what they look like. I would assume they're going to be an older person. I would think. That would make the most amount of sense to me. Let's see. Criticized by, I like how they just call it the Federal Reserve Bank, even though it's just, the Federal Reserve Bank of Minneapolis. No, not too big of a difference, right? Lacking intrinsic value and destabilizing fiscal policies. Bitcoin has come under sharp criticism in a new published paper by the Federal Reserve Bank of Minneapolis. Let's see. A legal prohibition against Bitcoin can restore unique implementation of permanent primary deficits, the report states, arguing that allowing Bitcoin to exist destabilizes fiscal policy. Well, newsflash, pal. You don't have a choice. You don't get to say if Bitcoin gets to exist or not. No one does. That's kind of the whole point. So you can take your opinion and quietly, or go fuck yourself. One of those kind of things, right? That's the whole point of crypto. So at this point, it's way too. It's bigger than somebody's going to put in a report, especially from the Federal Bank of Minneapolis, which I think, unless you work for the Federal Bank of Minneapolis, or maybe it somehow affects you, it really is a nothing burger as far as I'm concerned. The harsh critique comes amid ongoing global debates. I mean, it's just a FUD article, right? That's just the thing. It's got to be a FUD article because that we're getting ready to rip. Like, we know that this is about ready to happen. So, like, you take these articles with a grain of salt, right? Like, maybe that contributes to a little bit of the sell-off that we knew was coming today, right? And I really hope that we go down a little bit more. When we get into the numbers section, we'll look at the charts. Bitcoin currently coming in at 67.8, a little bit of a retrace from where we were down earlier today, 66,870. I was hoping for a little bit more of a push. 65,331, I think, is where my order is. So that's where I'm hoping that we hit. But when in doubt, zoom out on the daily. It looks a lot better. that it's going to hit, and we may not be on our way back up yet. We might just be a little midday correction here, but we'll get into that in a second here. I think that's it for the Bitcoin article here, guys. And remember, guys, like at this point, like there's articles like this don't mean shit when you have the person who is clearly going to win the presidency talking to there was another candidate, right? So you got Trump and Kennedy. Both Kennedy's going to be in the administration, like we know that. So then you've got JD Vance, who's also pro crypto. He is a crypto holder. He's got, I believe, over $1 million of Ethereum and Bitcoin in his wallet. So, you know, with a pro crypto administration, as far as them personally holding crypto, again, and the whole concept and what we talk about in the morning show is that, you know, if Trump gets elected into the office, which it looks like he will, and then we talk about crypto, Bitcoin, you know, within the first 100 days of the new administration, that to me is the big sign. And I know that there's a lot of people that agree with that. You know, I've been talking about that in the morning show, which, by the way, if you guys haven't joined the morning show, if you're new to this and you're like, oh, this is cool, I just want to let you know that we've got a morning show, 9 a.m. Eastern, Web3 breakfast. That one right there. I love this. Oh man, how about that? That makes it easier. So Web3 breakfast, 9 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. Today, our Monday shows powered by Crypto Mag. So I'm the voice of the Crypto Mag account. And then you got Mr. Dude. He's the voice of the Web3 breakfast account. But then Tuesday through Friday, you know, we run it right from the Web3 breakfast account there. So you can always find us there. You can always find it through me or a lot of you guys are in the community. So shout out to you guys. Shout out to you guys. I appreciate you being here, especially our YouTube fam. You guys are always the best. You guys know how, like, I appreciate that, right? And I'll shout you out. And I said, and you know, the whole 100% ratio thing, like, it means a lot. And we'll get there one day on X. I know we will, but I don't think people know how to. I just don't think people know how to like a video on X right now. It's still a little too new, right? It's easy to smash the like over on YouTube, but you don't know how to hit a heart on X. It's just not as easy, apparently. So, whoa, 6 a.m. Enrique Suave. That's a little early. It used to be, you know, I think at one point the show was at 10, so that would have been 7 your time, but then we backed it up an hour. And so I apologize, you can't make it live. But hey, if you can catch the replay or, you know, you can always chat, you know, you're here in the afternoon. So I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. All right, let's get back into articles here. Coinbase filing a Freedom of Information Act requesting targeted FDIC over crypto banking restrictions. Now, the requests differ from the ones directed at the SEC in 2023, and they seek clarity over alleged FDIC misconduct against crypto-friendly banks. Interesting. Let's see here. No, thanks. We don't want that. The second request, let's see. New requests are directed at the FDIC and were filed by History Associates Incorporated on behalf of the exchange. Paul Grewal said that the request is to clarify a 15% deposit cap allegedly imposed on digital asset companies. Let's see who: Signature, Customers, Cross River, Western Alliance, and Silvergate. I mean, none of the major banks who are actually doing some harm. The second request is related to understanding how regulatory agencies have handled FOIA requests. The exchange has requested FDIC and OCC FOIA logs from January 1st, 2022 to October 1st. I wonder if this year, I would assume 2024. So a couple years of requests there. Anything else? Do we have any more quotes? We love to read quotes, as you guys know. Quotes are my favorite part of the story sometime. Here we go. Custodia Bank CEO Caitlin Long stated that federal banking regulators' lawlessness towards U.S. banks that have crypto clients will continue to be exposed. Get them. Coinbase filed a motion for partially summary judgment in its lawsuit against the SEC on October 18th, seeking the release of internal documents related to the agency's enforcement strategies towards crypto industry. I mean, we know it's just enforcement by like but just, you know, terrible action, and the SEC's taken L after L after L. Gary Gensler's on his way out, especially when the new administration. There's no way he's going to feel comfortable sticking around for very long. So hopefully the snakes will skedaddle. All the lizards, or maybe lizards. Yeah, that's probably Gary is a lizard, right? I believe. So hopefully the lizards will skedaddle when the new administration comes in. and things get better for the crypto industry as a whole. And listen, I think, you know, one of the things that we talked about this on the morning show too, and really we put some things into retrospect when we talk to people from all throughout the world, right? And we think that ultimately, because we are from the United States, and you know, the United States has been the superpower for a very long time, we think the world revolves around us, which in some way, shape, or form it does. Now, crypto is borderless. Crypto is bigger than what the United States is. A lot of monetary policy in the world will definitely be dictated, especially in the traditional finance sense, from the election. But does crypto necessarily need to play like a big role of that as well? Like, and no, it doesn't. You have, I mean, really, like the Asian market, like, yeah, like our president matters, but you know, to crypto all across the world, it doesn't. And that's something that we have come to the conclusion of in the morning show. And we've talked about this, and I believe we'll continue to talk about this, especially as we get, you know, which is crazy to me to think. And like, it really kicked in about a week and a half ago, I think, when we were, you know, like 3 weeks from the election. You're like, in mind mentally, you know, it was so far away, and it just was continuing to be so far away. And then all of a sudden, you're like, oh shit, like we're less than a month away. Like, whew, that's wild. And now we're, you know, 2 weeks away, 13 days, something like that. I think November 5th is the election. So it's just wild to think that we are this close to determining, obviously, the next administration here in the United States. But I think more importantly, being done with this political shit show that has been nothing but like a distraction and an annoyance now for several months. I mean, a lot of us are ready. It's just been it's also a divisive thing, divides households, it divides friendships, all that shit. And so, you know, hopefully we can just get past it right after November, or however long it takes. I know there was a report that a lot of states said it was going to be a while for them to really come out with their final thing. So, all right, let's go. Massive waste of money. If Trump becomes president, American people will tell comfortable investing could be the catalyst liquidity bump to get to new highs. Exactly, Greg. And that's exactly what we've been talking about in the morning. So let's think about this, is that, you know, as we approach the end of this year, right? So we've got, hopefully we'll, you know, we're not, you know, sitting at the October that we were, you know, looking for. However, we still got some time, and we're about a week or so, you know, 10 days left in the week and a half, right? So we got about 10 days left of this month. So we still have the opportunity to go up into the green pretty well. It could happen, right? And so the whole idea of is that we are going to ride the roller coaster through the end of the year, and, you know, get very, very close to $100,000, very close, right? And I think it's just psychologically, we're just not going to there. We may bounce, maybe we'll do a double top, something, send us back down into the 80s, right? And I think, you know, that's a nice little 20% retracement. It's still up from where we are right now. And from there, again, now let's get back into the whole new administration thing. Is, you know, obviously crypto's going to pump. It's going to do what it's going to do regardless of whoever wins, right? However, there are going to be some extra catalysts, again, because of how friendly they are. And so say we get into the first 100 days of the new administration, and crypto and Bitcoin and all of that is an important kind of subject and topic, and things that are brought up, you know, that's typically a good gauge. That's the signal, right? And so there you go. That whole thing right there then plays along with the governmental mass adoption, right? Because remember, it's going to come from three approaches, three legs. It's the three-legged horse. Maybe it's the three-legged stool. You've got the institutional mass adoption. Already done, happened. ETFs, bada boom, bada bing, we're all in. A lot of other we know the institutions are here. We just know that. Like, and if you don't think that they are, you're crazy. All right, so we got institutional money. Knock them. They're in. Mass adoption. Boom. Governmental. Now, if we get, like, you know, Trump and Kennedy both talking about in Nashville, we'll do the strategic reserve of Bitcoin, right? We know Bukele's buying a Bitcoin every single day in El Salvador. So I read some other article or saw a headline this morning about another country that is buying Bitcoin at a feverish pace, right? And, you know, there's got to be several other countries that are doing this, right? And so we're going to see some things change. But what that means is that it's becoming accepted from a governmental level, right? And so once that officially happens and they make that announcement in the first 100 days, that then gives the sheeple the go-ahead that crypto is here, baby, and it is here to stay. Come on in. And then if we have not blasted through 100K at that point, we will, because of the it's okay for the sheeple to get in. And hopefully by then also we will have dropped a lot of basis points, right? Because the whole idea, and we've been talking about this, since we did, the last rate cut, is that, a lot of big firms are baking in 240 point reduction, within the last, now it's going to be 11 months or, 10 and a half months, whatever it may be. And so we've got a lot more points to be chopped. Are we going to chop any more this year? Doubtful, in my opinion. But next year, I think we'll start seeing them go boom, 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 boom. And with that being the case, you start throwing that money out there. People start having a little bit more money. Is going a little bit farther, and then there it is. There they are. The people have joined us, and welcome. Now it's all about maintaining that wealth. And remember, one of the greatest strategies. Yes, there's the fear and greed index, and there's also the screenshot index. And when you look into your portfolio, when you look, I'm gonna full screen this one real quick. When you look into your portfolio and you go, damn, and you screenshot it and you go to send that photo to somebody, before you do that, sell your coins. Start selling. Because at that point, something has triggered in your mind that you've done well enough that you want to show somebody, get out. Or at least take some profits. Don't round trip it. All right, what's up with the chat? Oh, I see we got the crew in the house. We got Mr. Dude. Let's go. We got Blocky, we got Mike Lowry, we got Brian, we got Greg. Man, we got the wrench, we got the blue crew. The blue crew sweeping up. The blue crew is sweeping up the chat. Let's get it, boys and girls. At some point, hopefully, like Ellie or maybe a lady will come in. If there are any ladies watching, just chat in the live chat, please. We gotta humble these guys and let them know that they're not the only ones here. All right, let's get into, we got an RWA article. I think we got back-to-back RWA articles, if I'm not mistaken here. Let's see. Oh, how do I get off of this? Here we go. Yeah, we'll do this. We're going to go back-to-back. One's about RWA stuff, and then the next one is about Ondo. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what kind of if it's a good enough article. All right. RWA tokenization sector could see a 50x growth by 2030. We know that. That's probably... actually it's going to be bigger than that, right? Because this headline says financial markets could drive a significant part of the sector's growth above 10 trillion, potentially reshaping investing and asset ownership by 2030. I think that there's been a report, and the numbers that we've been given is 16 to 30 trillion by 2030, and even that is a conservative number. So I would say if things go the way that most people think they're going to go, that is going to be a massive, massive opportunity. That could be the fourth industrial revolution, is digitizing and tokenizing everything. I hope that was dramatic enough for you. I felt like it was. The RWA sector has had a breakout year in 2024, paving the way for significant growth through the end of the decade. Let's see. We know that it's going to just absolutely explode. Absolutely explode. What is this? Predictions. Most firms predict that the RWA sector may reach a market size of between 4 and 30 trillion. See, I think that 16 to 30 trillion is like really, really the idea. So who's saying Standard Chartered? Okay, I like that. I like that. If the sector achieves the median prediction of about 10 trillion. Okay, so that's the average. I get why they want that number. They wanted to play it safe, but it's definitely going to be higher than that. Currently valued at 185 billion. I think it's a little bit higher than that, to be honest with you, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's higher than that. RWA tokenization to capture a significant share of global financial markets. I mean, that's the whole thing. That is the point, is to digitize and tokenize the entire global financial market. That's the way that the world is going. I mean, obviously there will be some that are resistant to change, and probably those are the biggest schemers and connivers and scammers that you could imagine. But at some point, it'll be shit or get off the pot. The integration of traditional finance with blockchain technology is not just a trend, but a fundamental shift towards a more accessible, efficient, and dynamic financial ecosystem. Who is this? Let's see. Who got to say that? I liked it. I like their little quote. What makes RWA tokenization so promising? Well, bringing real-world assets to the blockchain can introduce significant benefits across numerous industries, especially in the financial sector. DeFi innovations have already revolutionized finance, and when combined with RWA tokenization, the possibilities are endless. Now, this unique combination enhances composability, boosts capital efficiency, and introduces new financial primitives designed for this emerging category. Boom. Next one that I wanted to get in here is an Ondo article. Yes, looking at the chat really quick right here. The Modern Canadian, love to learn about the whiskey cat. Yes, the whiskey cast tokenization. I want to do this. The biggest challenge that we have is dealing with distribution, but I think that we can find a solution. I would love to do this. Let's make it happen. And if you want to be a part of that, all you got to do is get into the DMs. We'll get you in the group, and we'll start this thing. And we're going to get the ball rolling. And let's fractionalize a whiskey barrel. We'll bottle that sucker up and send it out. We'll find a distributor that can do it for us and all that. It'll be NFT based, all that. Call it breakfast. Yeah, maybe we can do that. Breakfast whiskey. I'm into that. All right, Ondo spiking 8% as major derivatives exchanges mull BlackRock's BUIDL as collateral option. The governance token of Ondo Finance has moved on news related to BlackRock's tokenization pull as a proxy, even if direct impact isn't clear on the protocol. Let's see. Do not sell my data. Please. Thank you, CoinDesk. BlackRock is in early talks to list its tokenized money market fund as collateral for derivatives trading on exchanges including Binance, Deribit, and OKX. Ondo's governance token spiked 79 cents before pairing gains, still up near 9% over the past 24 hours. And tokenized money market funds such as collateral allows traders to keep earning yield while using them for margin trading as opposed to posting stablecoins for collateral. So there we go. We are looking for Ondo to be a big runner in this bull run. That is my, as far as the like high cap coins and kind of biggest plays in that regard that's where I've got a larger percent. That's the largest percent of my portfolio, and then I've spread it out. Probably I should probably do a whole collection portfolio and then see, because I've gotten a few, like we did the 5K portfolio challenge, right? And so at this point we have been able, let's see, I got to be able to see here. I'll be able to show it. I'm showing you guys. So we were able to, and we'll look at this, when we get to the numbers section. Hey. All right. Well, that doesn't quite work how I want it to. There you go. But we got the 5K to 7,400. We've done we've turned our leverage trading account from 1,000 to about 2,300. So we're doing pretty well on the trading. Just taking it slow. We're not doing anything crazy. Not trying to just hit home runs. Just $100 here, a couple hundred there, that kind of thing. So we're just slowly and methodically doing that. And we'll look at TradingView, and we'll look at Femex possibly, depending on where the chart is by the time we get to that section. Just a minute here. So. All right, let's see. Oh, and here we go. Let's see. Let's do this one story, and then we're going to do the comedy news afterwards. All right. Yuga Labs. Obviously, you got ApeCoin has just been on a tear. If you didn't know why, well, Ape Fest over in Lisbon has been happening for the last couple of days. There was the announcement of the Ape Chain, which sent things absolutely crazy. And I believe that there are several coins that are launching on that now. Curtis obviously being like the Bored Ape, like the one that everybody recognizes with the Hawaiian shirt and the captain hat. So he's like the main mascot, the one that like you'll see in the pictures, the big inflatable of him laying on his side. So that apparently that token ripped. There's a couple other tokens. I had some people sending me some stuff. I didn't get in any. I have not participated in that, so we'll see. I don't want to miss all the alpha, but I think at this stage in the game, we'll see. I think we're too close to like the main action. I don't want to pull liquidity into something that's completely speculative and miss out on the what we've been waiting for and kind of planning on for this whole time. But here we go. Yuga Labs backed ApeCoin launches its mainnet chain dubbed Ape Chain. Ape price gains over 100%. Let's read our key notes here. The price has rebounded from a crucial support level around 54 cents since the August 5th crypto crash. The Ape Chain will enhance NFT minting and trading, primarily focused on the Bored Ape Yacht Club project. I did pull this up. You know, it's always fun to look and see what's for sale on the old Bored Ape Yacht Club. Go to, you know, you can go to OpenSea. I think there's probably some better sites that you can use. Just to look at this, I'm not advocating to use it, just to make it easy to look at. I think Blur ruined the NFT push, but that's neither here nor there. You know, sometimes I look and say, you know, ooh, look at the pizza one. The best pizza one in the collection actually just recently sold over the weekend. It was one of my favorite. So probably will, you know, hopefully how the bull run goes. You never know. But the whole idea is to start a pizza joint at some point in my life using a Bored Ape with a pizza mouth. So, got to get those gains first, right? Get the gains, take the profits, secure the bag. That's how you play the game. All right. Here we go. Here's our comedy article of the day today. Good old Charles Hoskinson says Cardano will surpass Bitcoin. I'll be here all week, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Tip your waitress. Charles Hoskinson, the founder of Cardano, recently made a bold statement that has everyone talking. So this is a few decades from now. So this is now the long con. I think he's talking like 20, 30 years time frame, which I get. And hey, that's the scientist and the engineer. And I've said that now for a little while, is they're very much in tune with that measure 1,000 times cut once. They're just coming out with the perfect product that would be sustainable. And so they don't give a shit about people's bags or timelines or bull runs. That's not important. So that's why it's really important to get out of Cardano if you want to make money in the bull run. And then you can always come back into it afterwards if that's your long-term conviction play. I mean, it's going to go up, you're going to make money, but it's not going to outperform much in the market. That's for sure. Got a lot of other options that would do a lot better than Cardano. The ADA chicks could have saved the coin. Man, they could have, but they didn't. Like, I think it was cringe and not the right way. It was a good attempt. There's probably something better that could have done. But hey, they tried. Bring back the ADA girls. I mean, hey, it's winter time. What they did this summer, you might as well try the winter and see. You know, you could be like snow bunnies, go to the ski hill. I don't know. Try something new. Definitely try something new. Boobs. There you go, Mike. That's it. Sex sells. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that. Cardano. It's a type of cryptocurrency. Okay. This is not a beginner show yet. Maybe one day we'll try something like that. All right. This is just a bunch of videos. Everybody's read the article. Everybody's read the thing about Charles, thinking that, you know, in the next couple decades that I think it was 10 years? 10 years it'll pass Ethereum, and 20 years it'll pass Bitcoin. That's just I don't know if that is to be true. I don't know if that's to be true. I'm not saying that nothing can surpass either of those, because I bet there will be several coins that surpass market cap of Bitcoin and Ethereum in the next several years, or probably potential decades. Something tells me Cardano, we'll see. Gonna have to make it. Gonna have to make it. All right. The Solana sweethearts. That's it. That's what we gotta do. I'm all for that. Corey, here. I mean, yeah, that's a good point. Saying providing governance and whatnot to the biggest expanding economy in the world. Africa is huge, probably the most influential thing that will exist in 20 years. Yeah, sustainability. I get it. Hopefully all of that goes well. If that is the plan and that's kind of the big purpose and the big focus and the direction, I love it. Ain't gonna make you money this bull run though. I mean, it's gonna make some money, but get some Ondo, get some XRP is probably gonna well outperform Cardano, especially with the whole man, I wonder how that's going to go, when that's going to happen. I know that they filed their appeal, but it's not going to be a big thing. Big money in Africa, but you got to have big money in USA to get the money from Africa. Takes money to make money, that's for sure. Takes money to make money, even in the scam way. All righty. Let's see here. I believe it may be time for us to look at some news and numbers. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get into the news and numbers. Guys, real quick, before we do that, make sure you smash the like button. Hit the heart if you are. We're going to pick the energy back up. I was just thinking about something weird. Smash the like button. Do that if you guys are watching on YouTube. Thank you so much. If you are watching on X, hit the heart, yada, yada, yada. Do the things. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's get into some numbers. Here is the fear and greed index over on coin stats. As you guys know, sometimes it's a little bit off from coin market cap. We'll see what it is today. Coming in at 72 in the greed market sentiment today. Yesterday was 73. Last week was 65. So a little down from yesterday, but hanging in there. Coin market cap, what are we showing today? Their fear and greed is showing 63. So a little off, a little bit maybe more reasonable. I feel like, again, we like to show the coin stats one because it is a little bit more dramatic, usually swings a little bit higher, more towards the momentum, maybe tells more of the story versus where things are currently at. All right. Bitcoin coming at 67.6. It is down 1.5% in the last 24 hours. Let's actually look at the overall cap. You got 2.34 trillion, down 1% today. You got volume is up over almost 80% on the day, though, to 90 billion. What else we got? Anything dominance? 57, ETH 13.8. So you got Bitcoin, like I said, 67.6. You got Ethereum 26.72. Solana 166. Love to see that. Almost 7% on the week. Let's go, baby. Let's go. XRP 54 cents. Really a stable coin. Absolutely a stable coin at the particular moment. Let's look at our opportunities. We want to look at the biggest losers of the day. First Nero on Ethereum. No, thank you. BitTensor, not my thing. Dog Whiff, great meme coin for the bull run. Definitely take advantage of that 5% sale today. Celestia, definitely an interesting pick right there. Ondo down 5%, down to 77 cents. There you go. Aerodrome, that's another one, down 5%. Scuba, IMX, golly. Man, I can't wait for that thing to get back over $3. I should maybe just sell it and do something different, but I'm going to be patient with my IMX because it was a money printer for a while. Definitely just went crazy for a minute. Let's see. Any opportunities on... Whoa, what's that? Oh, there, yeah, the Ape coin, 105% on the week. Opportunities on the week here. We've got Aerodrome down 15%. That'd be a nice little scoop, huh? Sigh. You got Psy. It is down 13% on the week. You got Maker down almost 13%. BitTensor, Dog Whiff down almost 12%. Sui down 9%. Hey, look, there's a couple good buys right now. You got Fetch. This is one that we wanted to add to the portfolio. We still have an extra 1,000 that we didn't allocate, and we can talk about that in a second here. And so maybe it's time to do that before we kick off here. And maybe it's Aerodrome. We take advantage of that 15%. Just get in, wait for that thing to pop, take it off the table, and then move on to something else. I think we're going to do that. I think I might scoop up $1,000 in Aerodrome, and then we've got all 5 coins locked in. It would be Aerodrome, XRP, the Graph, Pith, and JASM. Those would be the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And then we've got what started with that we had our slush fund of $1,000 in Tether. We decided to start leverage trading with it, and that obviously, like I said, is up about 140%. We got that up to about $2,300. So all in all, things are going well. The 5K portfolio build up to 74. It was doing real well. Definitely took a little hit in this dip, up to almost $7,500. So let's see what happens. This was our October portfolio. We were expecting a lot more activity, a lot more up, but obviously we still have another 10 days left in the month. So we'll see what happens. That's my guy Corey right there. All right. Let's see. Was there anything on the day that we've got to take an opportunity? Hedera, down almost 1%. That might be, I've been getting a lot more into the Hedera ecosystem. Today actually posted this morning, I believe, because I set it up. I staked some pack tokens. I got the Hashack app, obviously, because it is great for the HBAR ecosystem to get the karate tokens, send them to the wallet, get some HBAR, yada. Anyway, I was doing some of that where I was facilitating transactions between, some other apps and, like Femex and the Karate Combat app. And so I was using the Hashack app for it. And then all of a sudden I noticed that I was accruing some of those pack. And then all of a sudden someone tagged me in a post that said, hey, you can stake that. And then I looked on the app and it was this big announcement. So I said, you know what? Let's go for it. And so I converted a bunch of stuff over to HBAR, sent it on in, switched it over to the pack, and staked it. So we'll see how it goes. I'll keep you guys posted. It was like 700 and something bucks that I had staked. Let's see. It's like, I want to say like 750 bucks that I had staked worth of that X pack. It's up a little bit now than what it was. It's worth a little bit over 800 bucks. And I don't know what the staking rewards are going to be. I think it was like 5%. If I'm not mistaken, I can unstake it anytime. So I'll keep you guys posted with that, let you know. But if you get the opportunity, we'll probably, because the Hashack actually liked my post, followed me back. I sent him a message. I haven't checked my DMs this afternoon, but sent him a message about potentially, getting someone from their team on the show or one of the shows or doing an interview or whatever it might be, just to talk and learn more about what their plans are and just, have a good conversation. And so we'll see how that goes. Keep you guys posted on that. Okay. Let's look at some. I want to look at let's look at DEX tools really quick. If you guys got any of your favorite picks that you want to see, just drop them in the chat. If you are watching over on YouTube, you could also choose if you want X, but if they're on YouTube, it'd be better because that's where the mods can clean up the bullshit if you guys try to drop bullshit. All right. Crypto Pollo, what's up, fam? I see Mike, the modern Canadian, my guy. Mike, I think it's 5% if I'm not mistaken. So we'll have to check that out. Every time I try to open my Karate Combat wallet, it says there's an error. I haven't been able to bet in like the last 4 events. It's funny enough. I believe that Whitney, my wife's got to deal with the same thing. Go to the Discord and they should be able to help you out there. So I got to do that same thing with her. But check the Discord. They should be able to help you. She had something to do with like when the app was launching, something with this. I don't know. I think maybe something with the seed phrase or something. It's like it's saying that there's already an account or whatever it might be. So check in the Discord. They may be able to help you out. What's up, Mr. Mayo, my guy? I got that. Shout out to the YouTube chat. Shout out to the X viewers. Shout out to you guys. Make sure you smash the like, hit the heart, do the things. Yeah, it says you have no seed phrase. Okay, yeah, get in the go on the Discord and I think you just do a pull a ticket or whatever, and hopefully they'll be able to help you out. Because it was, like she can't even even if she deleted the app and tried to reinstall it, it says like it's already been installed on the device. And so I'm sure you're probably experiencing the same thing. So do that, baby, all night long. All right, let's see here. I have not seen a token drop like that in a long time. Which one? What is Koyo? Oh, Reef. I don't know. Thoughts on Deep? Let's check it out. I don't know anything about it. Let's see. It's probably nothing. I don't have an opinion on anything with $6,000 in liquidity or $10,000 in liquidity. Let's see. Is it one of these? Hold my beer. Check that out. Is Squid Grow going to 100x or what? Man, I hope so. So I got to get back to SHIB. I'm going to take a look at the SilentSwap thing. I think that's got a really big potential to be a strong catalyst. I feel like one of the things that's been forgotten about, and rightfully so, because you're trying to get mass adoption, is security and privacy, right? And listen, I'll use the example of me being a clear passenger in the airport. I have definitely traded privacy and not security really, but just privacy for convenience, and I'm okay with that. And I think to some extent, like, that's why when we talk about, centralization versus decentralization in crypto, centralization is absolutely necessary for mass adoption. I mean, people are not going to come into this convoluted system where they got to remember all these fucking numbers and codes, and if you lose everything, you're fucked. Like that that's never going to work. Like, we get them in through the centralized routes, just like every one of us did, like through an on-off ramp that's centralized, right? And then from there, it's up to everybody's individual journey to decide, like, hey, do I want to take this a little bit further? Do I want to learn about decentralization? Do I actually want to deal with custody, self-custody, or am I okay with Coinbase or Gemini or whatever it may be, holding my coins? At the end of the day, it's not your keys, not your cheese. But at the end of the day, we also need easy routes for people to come to the space. So, boom. Let's see. TSA pre-check. Yeah, I mean, same thing. Like, you give that shit up. You give up some of that privacy that some people would say no to in order to have a faster, easier experience at the airport. And like, that's a no-brainer to me, but to some people, like, that's a deal breaker. But it is what it is. That just sounds like a bad deal. If you lose these words, you're fucked. Yeah, I mean, if you lose your seed phrase, you're toast. So that is true. That is the truth. All right. So I don't know if any of those were it. Is Sui going to 10x from $2? I mean, it all depends, right? It really all depends. There's a lot of unlock. I think parts of the unlock schedule may affect the price. Potentially, it all depends on how the market goes, right? The demand may outweigh that entire vesting schedule or whatever their token drops. So let's see. You are waiting for a setup on Maker. Nice. Yeah, we can look at, like, I want to look at let's see, does this pull up? Yeah, like the Bitcoin chart right here. Like, we obviously, if we are to zoom this thing out, and you guys, we looked at this, I think, one of the days last week, if I was not mistaken. Let's bring Market Cipher B down. As you can see, I feel like on the daily, guys, we're still kind of like still rounding down here. And with that being said, I would expect some further downward action. Now, if we pull this thing out, and you can see on the daily chart, if we pull this thing back to March, as you guys know, you've probably heard a couple people talking about this whole flag, right, that has been going on here. And we broke out of it a little bit over the weekend, kind of had some sustained action above it, but then we got shot right back down. So we're back inside the flag. Now, here's the deal, is that we still have this structure of this trend coming up here. Now, say on this candle, highly unlikely we hit it on today's candle, right? That puts us at 62. So every day that we come out, we have the potential to touch this line at a higher price, obviously, right? And that's kind of the whole goal. But where's the projected pinch point is going to be somewhere near the shortly after the election. And so, right in here, I fully expect that we'll come back down here. And that's what I'm banking on. And, like I told you on my Phoenix order, I've got, it was 63.3, right? Because if I was looking at that correctly, this whole line, like around here at some point, we are going to be, in the next couple of days, in my opinion, we have the opportunity to do this and to touch down on this line. Even if we wick down below it, that's fine. But, we have not broken this downward or this local upward structure yet, because we obviously went up above the longer term flag structure. So I'm obviously a bull, right? I am just absolutely bullish on crypto. I am just waiting for a nice little entry. And obviously, there are so many times where you get super confident in what you're doing. And if I miss the boat on a trade because it doesn't come down to the 63s, then so be it. But I would rather be prepared, because how many times have I been impatient in the past where, I've got this new strategy where I'm waiting for the conditions to be right to enter trade. I'm not just going to force it, right? We're reacting to conditions and things that we have put into play, not just pulling the trigger on, it's party time, because that has just not worked out well in the past for me. So that's Bitcoin. Fetch was one of those ones that we wanted to get into when we were starting to build that portfolio. This thing has actually dropped down. As you can see, this is the daily. So this has dropped back down into, we were hitting this upward, and this thing had broken structure. So this might be one that we want to maybe potentially put back in. The graph is one that we have in our portfolio here for the October. This one is still playing along. We could probably this was an older line from obviously way back here, but we could let's see, let's just make this like this now then. So we're still following the same kind of trend. Things are looking good for the graph. ICP is one that we really wanted to get in. This thing got way out of our zone, like really fast, and we were waiting for it to come back down. And look at this. It is plunged through. Just the other day, it went through this support level right here that it had just been hanging tight with for quite some time. But we're in one of our zones where we wanted it because it had gotten way up here. So we'll see. That might be interesting. The ICP is going to have a huge bull run. A huge bull run. Let's see here. A Doge breakout, maybe. All right, we'll take a look at that chart in just a second here. Let's see, Injective. That was one that got away from our zones where we wanted to get it in. So we could probably pull it off of this list at that point. At this point, JASM. Look at this, man. This thing's been wow. We bought JASM. When did we buy it? I can tell you when we put it in the portfolio. JASM we got September 12th. When it was 2 cents, which it is 2025, which is 2020. So it's just about the same price. We're down just a couple pennies or whatever on that deal. But look at that. It is still it is hung tight in that structure right there of that. Wow, that's fun. So we're going to be coming to our little pinch point here very soon here around the same time that we'd be seeing the election. And that could be the main catalyst. So, it's going to do one of two things. It is going to break out and up, or it's going to break down. And if it breaks down, that is not a good sign for JASM. But, we'll see what happens. That's one of the ones in our portfolio. Caspa. This is one that I wanted to add. And, I've been waiting. It was in the 14 cents. It's hit, I think, something into the high 12 cents just the other day. I saw that. We're back into the 13s, the low 13s. So this one was one that, maybe we'll split the next coin instead of doing, we're just going to pick one. So we'll have to break this thing down today and figure out the last coin that we want to add, because I feel like we're on borrowed time before things really kick off here, especially with some of these that really have not done well as far as performance go. Might be time to add those into the portfolio here. Near, not one that we're going to add this time. I know that. Pith, we did add. Render is one that we wanted to put in. It did break up over the this line right here, but then it really has respected this downtrend the whole time. So that may be one that, until it breaks out, we did want to add Render. Remember, they got the partnership with Apple. That is going to be a massive, massive project in the future. But it is going if it is going to respect this downtrend, there's no reason to buy in until there's any kind of different movement. There's just, that just doesn't make sense. So we're going to hold off on that. Solana, nice little breakout. Love to see that. We'll see where this thing goes. I'm hoping for at least $1,000 coin in this boy run, and I hope that you guys are too. It would be sweet to see that. It was one of the ones that AJ was talking about today on the live stream. I completely agree that, the harder they pump, the harder they fall. That's just how it goes. And so you should be looking for a nice little entry point on SWE. I mean, you just look back at some maybe prior support or resistance, wherever they would, fit in the game now. They would be support. They were maybe previous resistance points. And then, that would be a basis. And that's one of the bases for why I was looking at the 63s for Bitcoin, right? Because if you would look back, on the daily, you had a little bit more of a support level in the 63s than in the 65s. But I just don't know if we have what it takes to get down there. And so that's why ultimately I've raised my order up into the 65s, because that is a most recent level of what was resistance. We broke through it. So we should come back to test that as a support level. And that's something to think about. Be watching, right? Like, if it's going to plunge through, then you're screwed. Either have a tight stop in or just be ready, like have an alert. So if you're getting close, you can pull that order. If it doesn't look like, it's just catching a wick, or, if it's still driving down, like you're going to want to pull that order, because it's probably just going to blow right through it. Let's see. XRP, 54 cents, doing nothing really. No reason to look at it. I'm going to start looking at the Karate Combat token. This thing is going to need a little bit of attention. I think that as the ecosystem grows and as we get more people into it and get more people familiar with the token aspect of it and what it represents, that will be good. Hopefully there'll be some deflationary mechanisms put into play. I reached out to Joe Giannetti. So he's the one who did the question mark kick on Brandon Jenkins at the last event. He's going to come on the show, I think, this week, and we're going to chat. We're going to chat about the fights. We're going to chat about all that kind of stuff, but also crypto, because he said that he doesn't know a whole ton about it, but he's always willing to learn. And so I think that'll be a fun conversation. We'll talk about fighting in crypto. So be on the lookout for that one. And then let's see, what other coins do we have on our list here? Here. I want to make sure that I leave any time for you guys just in case there are other things that we want to be looking at. If you got any other coins that or projects that I have not looked at that you think like, bro, like you haven't even thought about putting this in your portfolio and you got some dry powder, like you got to do this. Now's the time to drop those in the chat. YouTube is the best. So let's see, back to the charts here. HBAR, as you know, I'm getting into this ecosystem, so I'm going to start paying attention not only to HBAR, but a lot of the projects within the ecosystem. I know that there's a big push on the RWAs. There's a lot of things that are happening, and so there's no reason why we can't, learn more and more and dig in, because ultimately, if you believe that Hedera is the future of where this is all going, that it's always nice to get a little bit early on a trend. You know what I'm saying? That's where the money is made, is getting in early. So HBAR, I have, as you guys, I said earlier in the show that I had transitioned some of the coins that I had I had swapped some of the coins that I had from a different exchange over into the HBAR ecosystem and then stake those pack tokens. So I will keep you guys posted on that. Oh, also, as we're talking about, before we move on, between Karate and HBAR, as you guys know, AJ and I, we did the $100 bet at the last Karate Combat event. I had Harley, he had Heck the Snack. It was a 50-50. So I put $50 in HBAR and 50 in the Karate token. As you can see right now, both are down. We are still at $100 value, but it's currently $51.42 worth of Hedera and $48.07 worth of the Karate token. So as you can see. So I'll keep you guys posted on that one. That's something we can look at each day in kind of this section of the show and see what is going to perform. I'm hoping that the Karate token outperforms HBAR, but you never really know. That one seems to be more dependent on the events. And so once a month is the Karate Combat events. And so we see like a little bit of a run up, and then, people obviously who maybe aren't as familiar or looking to be long-term in the ecosystem might sell their coins right away. So I've not sold a single one of my Karate tokens yet. All right, here we go. And then is this the last one? Yeah, the last one on the list here. We got the Trademaster coin. Now, this is obviously is one of the friends that we're going to have on the show this week. So Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken, Wednesday afternoon on this show, 4 p.m., we are going to have them on. We're going to be talking about, the coin that they've got, TRDM, as well as the NFTs and how that all plays a role in the ecosystem, especially with, kind of some trading mechanics. I'm going to be learning an entirely new candle system. I am going to be learning. I'm not telling you which ones. So pretty soon I'm learning an entire new candle structure that is going to give me a leg up on the markets. And I'm going to teach you the same thing, but I'm going to teach myself. I'm going to get taught first, and I'll let you guys know a little secret. So, all right, let's see. So this token right here, let's zoom it out. And I don't think we've got any lines on this one. I don't know if we can quite yet. Obviously, there has been a nice little curve down here. Let's go on the weekly and see if that flattens it out a little bit. Yeah, so all right, so obviously this one, when this thing launched back in 2023, was hot and heavy and has since leveled back down, trying to find a true floor. And within the last couple of weeks, as you can see, things are back up on the rise. Like to see that. So I've got a bunch of these tokens, and I'm looking forward to working with the Trademaster guys to learn, again, all about not only the ecosystem that they're building, but there's also like all sorts of automated trading bots and all sorts of really cool things. I've been on a call with a couple of the guys, and then over the next, I think, couple of days, I'm going to learn a few things, and then Wednesday is going to be a good show. You guys might learn some stuff there too. So that's the Trademaster token, TRDM. That is also some of the tech that is behind the high IQ indicator that I have here, and I will turn it on for you guys to see. Sometimes with all of these on, I've got to turn some of them. Well, it was on. There you go. And then like the volume profile, I got to turn that one off every now and then because it comes so far over and hides up the chart, as you can see. So, but be on the lookout for the next couple of days. We got a lot of things in store. We're going to be doing a lot more collaborations with people in the space, not only in crypto, but also with the MMA stuff. So getting some of these fighters a little bit more in tune with crypto, which is going to be fun. I'm going to have a lot of fun with that. So let's see. Let's bring it back over here. I think that's about it, guys. I don't see anything for yet. We are currently supported on the neckline of the heads and shoulder breakout. There we go. Blocky, I want to have you on the show. You let me know what day works. I got to take a look at the calendar. We were supposed to do this. I think probably you were supposed to come on today, actually, now that I think about it. So let's chat in the DMs. Let's do that, and let's get you on, and let's have a conversation. We'll look at charts, find some opportunities, and let's make some money. Does that sound good to you guys? Because if it does, smash the like button. Do the things you got to do. Let some more friends know about what we're doing here. Obviously, we've got this show at 4 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and then we got the Web3 Breakfast Show Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern. So that is it for me. I bid you guys a good evening or a good afternoon, depending on where you're from, or good night. You might even be in the future. Who knows? But I love you guys. Thank you so much. I like to say in the morning show now that like literally you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here hanging out with us, and I sure do appreciate it. So if you spent some time in the chat, thank you. If you just watched, thank you. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. I'll be back at 4 p.m. But before we do that, 9 a.m. Eastern with some more Web3 Breakfast. All right, guys. That will do it.